Hi everyone, my name is Tristan. I'm part of the Cloud Bakers team and a Google evangelist. Today, I'm going to show you some specific use cases for why Google Apps is the ideal solution for organizations in the media industry. Most media companies are seeing the biggest benefit in the fact that they can connect with each other and their colleagues in real time on any project, whether they're in the office, out in the field, or somewhere in between. Today, we're going to do a small dive into the Google Apps platform where you can see some specific use cases that our media clients love. Your Gmail inbox is at the heart of your online or offline work. From this page, you can get to everything that you need in less than 3 clicks. Calendar, Drive, Hangouts, and more depending on what your workflow looks like and what other tools you may be using. Let's look at each of these a little more in depth. When we think of Google, we think of search. Google uses the same functionality to help you navigate through your messages, documents, and even chats that it does in its Google search page. If I'm looking for information on a specific job or site project, I can search by name, location, or whatever else I remember from my former communication on that project. And my results will give me any email, any spreadsheet, or any chat that's related in any way. There's no longer a need to navigate through files and folders to find what I'm looking for. Speaking of folders, there are other unique characteristics of Gmail that make it the most innovative tool out there. I'd like to tell you about labels, which you can see here on the left-hand side of my screen. Although they are similar to folders, they can do much more. Let's say, for example, that you have an email that pertains to a particular media campaign as well as something you're training your newest engineer on. With a regular folder structure, you would have to pick one or the other for this message to go into. With Google Labels, you're able to use both. As you can see here, I'm tagging this single message with both. You can think of it like using Post-it notes. Organize your labels by clients, projects, or even topics. It's up to you. There are a variety of ways to set up your inbox and even view your messages. A popular one is the split pane. Especially for those of you moving off of another platform such as Outlook, this is a helpful way to ease the transition into Google Apps. You might have your view set up like this until you feel comfortable to test the waters and try it a different way. The main key here is that you have the option to do what works best for you. You also have what we like to call progressive engagement. Within the Gmail interface, I can chat about a quick appointment with a client or a colleague that's working remotely. If we need to talk about something a little more in depth, I can jump on a call without ever having to pick up my phone. In Hangouts, we add someone to our conversation by phone number, which takes care of any and all phone conferencing calls that we may have. We can access apps such as Google Drive, which we will cover a little more in depth later in this video. Drive allows us to collaborate on documents and spreadsheets right inside the Hangout. You can even enable remote desktop and screen sharing, among other helpful tools that are ideal for remote consultations. What if a person you're trying to contact isn't at their desk? Today, everyone in the media and advertising industries carries their mobile devices with them wherever they go. If that isn't the case, many computers have turned into kiosks that multiple users have access to. With Google Apps, you have one place to log in to get everything you need, and you can use this entire technology platform on the go. At one time, finding someone usually involved traditional methods of communication and inefficient collaboration tools. Now it's a quick press of a button from your email inbox that you can collaborate and increase working efficiency anywhere. The last thing I'd like to touch on here is having the ability to schedule something on my calendar from an email message. Other ways to schedule events are located in the Google Calendar app. The self-explanatory way would be to click the Create button here and fill out the information. You can also drag over the desired time of your appointment to get to the same detail screen. From there, you can fill in the name, location, and any notes you have for the given event. On the right-hand side of the page, you have the option to invite and email other guests and choose a room or resource you'd like to reserve. The more colleagues and other guests that you invite, the more complicated it is to find a time that works for everyone. Because of this difficulty, Google provides suggested times, where you can choose from a list of other times and dates that work for every participant. Google Calendar alone is an app that we see a lot of media and advertising companies spend their time. With as busy schedules as employees have, they need to keep many of their meetings and schedules private. That's where free busy time feature works best for the job. For each appointment you set, you have the option of whether or not you want it to be public or private. When private, people who have access to view your calendar are able to see that you are busy for that length of time, but they cannot see any of the details that go along with that event. This way, you can still write notes within your event without exposing private information to friends or family who want to know when you are free, but don't need to know the specifics of your schedule. As promised earlier in this session, I'm now going to cover Google Drive, your storage in the cloud. As you can see on my screen, Drive is composed of folders and a variety of files including Google native documents, as well as Microsoft Office files, PDFs, and even images. Google has come a long way even in the last year to make Drive as friendly as possible for every file type, so no matter what you're working with, you can always stay productive. The important thing here is that you can access your corporate assets from any computer, tablet, or mobile device. These assets can be shared with the entire team and live in one secure location. You never have to worry about quotas again. Most media companies are using Drive to create and store documents, spreadsheets, and forms that are shared internally with their teams, such as project scripts, standard document contracts for clients and employees, and even general tasks lists. Here is one that was created by the team to help track the website task for an entire website redesign. By clicking the Share button, we can see all who have access to this document as well as the level of access that they have. To share with people inside or outside the organization, we simply add their email address here, and they will receive a message with a link back to this document. The best part about collaborating in Google Apps is that there's no such thing as versions. Instead, we use one copy, and every change that is made is reflected instantaneously. You can also see these revisions after the fact by clicking on the link above the toolbar. Let's say your colleague enters the information that requires collaboration with other employees on a specific media campaign, and we don't want them to make any further changes while the marketing team works on the design aspect of the document. We can go back to the Share button and change the colleague's access to comment only. That way, if an edit needs to be made, they can still state the change and the designer can add that in his or her own way. This document can then be made into a PDF and printed out for the front office or linked to on your intranet, which can also be a Google site, or it can sit in Drive for further collaboration. Have you ever been on your way to a pitch when you find out something new about the client? Well, now you can edit the presentation up to the point that you go live. Either make the changes yourself on your phone as you're waiting in the lobby, or have someone at the office quickly go into the same document and make those changes for you. By the time you present, you look fully prepared. Last but not least, I'll discuss Google Sites. A Google site can be created to take the place of your intranet. We can locate company-wide information here, such as employee benefits, HR documents, and reports that can be imported from other software that we use. What makes this the better option for your intranet? Google's products work best when integrated together. Having your intranet on a Google site means one less place that you have to enter a password, one less bookmark that you need to save to your browser. I hope this short overview has given you some ideas about how you can use Google Apps for your own media company. To learn more about the products and ways to personalize the platform to your clinic, hospital, or office, please follow the link below to get in touch with one of the Cloudbaker's experts. Thanks for watching.